What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Thank you to all of my subscribers. You are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, please, and you like my content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a message. We appreciate you. It helps us to get into that algorithm, the YouTube algorithm. So, on this channel, we speak about a little bit of everything from crystals to Kundalini awakening. So the information here, it varies. Yeah. So if you like my content, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button so you know when I upload. Yeah. So today I want to speak on the topic of spring equinox and the real new year. So the real new year changed from March to January, like in 45 BCE. Yeah. So this was Julian Caesar's era. Yeah. And so Julian Caesar kind of shifted the calendar around based off of the phases of the moon, and also based off the fact that he worshiped the god Janus. Or he acknowledged the god Janus. And so Janus is January means Janus. Okay. And so how does that equate? How it equates is that Janus means beginnings and transitions. And so it means new beginnings and transitions. And so Julius Caesar, I don't know all the details, but somehow changed the new year from March to January. So Janus means beginnings and transitions. Yes. March, it kind of makes sense because March means the god of war. And who wants to start the new year off with the god of war? Right? And so Janus decided to change. I mean, not Janus, Julius Caesar decided to change the new year to January. But when you really look a little deeper into it, it doesn't make sense. Right? Like no one wants to start the new year off with the god of war, but the god of war is not always war. The god of war is also new beginnings and also means, he's kind of a go-getter and a trendsetter. And everybody wants to start the new year off with setting new trends and setting new goals and setting new beliefs or new diets, new habits. And the god of war assists us with that. Mars assists us with that. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what happens in January and what happens in March. Yeah. So in January, everything is dying. Everything is going into hibernation. Everybody's resting. It's when everything goes into rest mode. The birds go into rest mode. The bees go into rest mode. The grass, the trees, the plants all go into hibernation, into rest mode. And in March, the opposite happens. Yes. Everything begins to wake up. The birds are hatching their eggs. The bees and the wasps are building their nest. The flowers are blooming. The trees are blooming with leaves. Everything is anew. So let's look at this from an astrological perspective. Aries, which is the god of Mars, right? Mars equals to March, is the beginning. March is the beginning of Aries season. Aries is the beginning of the astrological wheel. If you're not familiar with astrology, the astrological wheel holds 12 zodiac signs, one zodiac sign for each month of the year. And Aries is the beginning of that astrological wheel. Aries is the baby of the zodiac. Like the little plants that are springing up, the little trees, the little leaves that are coming out, the little eggs that are hatching is the baby. The baby, it represents the baby. So March also represents new beginnings. It's the baby. When a baby is born, it is that baby's new beginning. Yeah. And so Aries is the baby of the zodiac. This is why when you see a lot of Aries people with a lot of Aries energy, they're real selfish. Even in adulthood, they're kind of selfish because they carry the energy of the baby. Me, mine. And so spring is the new beginning. And what do we do? What are some of the traditions? I'll have to research what the traditions are of why we set New Year's resolutions. But we set New Year's resolutions because we want a new beginning. I want to change my diet. I want to lose weight. I want to eliminate my debt. I want to make my relationship better. I want to have more friends. We start new beginnings. We start thinking about what we want to do differently in the new year. It makes sense that we would not do that during the season where everything is dying. We want to make our new beginnings and our new resolutions during a season when everything is coming to life. Yes? So March 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, that's like the spring equinox celebration time. This is spring equinox. So this is the new year. This is the real new year. So the good news story is that in January, right, for those who believe that the new year is in January, those who don't follow that tradition can ride the energy of all those people that are like, I'm going to do all this new, I'm going to do that new in January. You don't have to celebrate it, but you can ride the energy. You're like, okay, I'll change some things. You know what I mean? I will change some things, go into hibernation, manifest it or whatever. But in spring, you get to ride the energy of the new year. Yeah. All things new. Yeah. New beginnings. And so, you really get to celebrate like 3 New Years because your birthday, your solar return, that's considered your personal new year. That's your new cycle. Yeah. In January, 90% of the world is celebrating New Year's. And so you can kind of like shift with the energy. Like if you don't celebrate those holidays, you can ride the energy of those holidays. Like in Christmas, everybody is in the spirit of giving. And so you can ride the energy of that. You know what I mean? You're not celebrating, but you're like, oh, everybody's in this energy. And so you go with the path of least resistance. Yeah. But in March was the original new year. And it's because all things are new. An interesting thing with those of you who know me, I was in the military. And so an interesting thing about the military is that they use the Julian calendar. So they still use that calendar to mark dates of tracking equipment and things of that sort. So March is the new year. It's a beautiful time of the year. Everything is blooming. Everything is new. And you can set your New Year's resolutions or whatever your new goals or whatever during spring as well. Yeah. And so whether you celebrate in January or whether you celebrate in March or whether you do like me, I just ride the energy of the masses, you know, and then in March, I actually celebrate my new year. Whatever you do, it's okay. Everybody has their own beliefs and everybody has their own way of doing things. But I thought that I would share with you the importance of recognizing the month of March, the month of Aries, the month of beginnings, the month of the baby. Yeah. And it's also, Aries is a little selfish. So it gives you the opportunity to set some goals that are a little selfish just for you. Yeah. To start your new year off. Now, I wanted to add something a little different to my videos. And so this year is the year of the snake. So I thought I would pull an oracle card and share the energy of the snake. I have the snake here on my arm. You can see that tattoo. And for me, it represents transition. And for most people, the snake represents transition. Yeah. So the snake, the number is 55 on this card, which equates to 10, and 10 equates to 1. Which equates to new beginnings. The start, 1, yeah, or 0, 1, 0, 10. The 0 is the beginning and 1 is the new start, yeah. And 55. 5 also equates to new beginnings, yeah. So that's in numerology. And so this oracle card says, snake spirit, time to heal. I found that interesting that our channel is based off of spiritual and healing journeys. So let me read the snake spirit to you real fast. So snake spirit, time to heal. The oracle messages, all of us need healing at times. And when snake spirit appears, it is time to repair, renew, and replenish yourself and your vulnerable heart. Self-care and maintenance work are needed so that your vitality can arise. Give yourself the space to nourish your own well-being. Vulnerability is necessary for friendship and partnerships to work, which means all of us are tender in our emotions at times. Be gentle with yourself and others now. Shed the past and step into the new way of being, for vitality is rising in you. This might be a good time to honor the work you have done to heal and grow and repair any damage within you, within those who you care about, and within your community. And so here on Closing the Gap, we focus on healing ourselves. And this year is the year of community as well. Yes, we need to start building a community because of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is community. And so it's okay to be the lone wolf, but it's time to gather in community, yes, and be vulnerable to friendships and connections. Celebrate together how far all of you have come in your healing journey and all that you have created. Unburden yourself from anything that is no longer supports your wellness, prosperity, and positive relationships and well-being, and open the door for healing to occur. The protective message is, no matter how much you may have lost or how you have been disappointed, you are called by Snake Spirit to shed the past and practice radical self-acceptance now. Only by forgiving yourself, you can move on, regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. When your tender new skin first becomes exposed, Aries, March, the beginning, the baby, you may feel uncomfortable. Love yourself and remain vulnerable anyway. You have been weak, but now you are becoming strong and developing wisdom, and you will do better in the future. Snake Spirit reminds you that hearts can be so easily wounded. Apologies and amends go a long way. Self-forgiveness for your role in what happened and can heal you and can heal others. Remember, it's the one who has who has been wounded, who often has the greatest power to heal others. Yeah. And that goes into Chiron, the wounded healer. Yeah. So here on Closing the Gap, we make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. If you like my content, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a message. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to hit that bell so you know when I upload. Y'all have a good day.